I know that some of you might not necessarily agree with me, but I personally believe over the period of the pandemic, there was a dictatorship happening. If you don't do this, you will lose your job, potentially lose your home, you'll certainly lose friends, and you'll lose access to certain kinds of places. It was a dictatorship. Thankfully in Australia it's not as bad as what happened in places like Rwanda. We got to meet a person who's become a good friend a couple of weeks ago who is from Rwanda, and he said, you've got to speak to this man over in Rwanda. He was a journalist that was going into Rwanda when everything else was sort of shut down. He still managed to move about and he got to see what was happening, and he's got really amazing stories of where people were actually rounded up and vaccinated against their will. So this is a group of Pentecostal church members who rejected getting the vaccine, and they claimed they were held for a week by military police and local leaders. And they refused to take the jabs and instead asked the soldiers and police to shoot them or drown them to death, which is pretty dramatic, but that's what they were prepared to do. The authorities realised we were not ready to change our minds. They brought in many police officers and we were handcuffed, and the police officers held us to the ground and we were vaccinated. He wasn't telling me this news story. I just Googled. This is the kind of things that he was telling me that was happening. Why do we actually see these kinds of behaviours when we hadn't seen them for decades, centuries, for the last 200 years or so? We haven't seen this kind of dictatorship. Well, the thing is, we are living at the end of the world as we know it.